What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. We have AEW Revolution predictions coming right at you. Seems like a very exciting show. Seems like a huge card, probably the biggest show AEW's put on, and we're gonna get right into it. But before we give you our predictions, you guys can make sure to hit subscribe, turn the bell on for notifications, leave a like, comment your predictions. We want to know what you guys think is gonna happen in the show, so please do us a favor and do that. Also, Patreon, we're gonna have a little post-show reaction review over on Patreon exclusively. So if you want to see our thoughts right after AEW Revolution, I think we're going to try to put it out Monday after the show. Also, a new thing we're doing on Patreon, we're doing a bi-weekly Q&A with Dante and myself. We're going to be on a live stream answering all your wrestling questions and whatever you have to say. So we're going to start doing that bi-weekly exclusively on Patreon. Just another incentive to get you guys over there.
And before we make our predictions, we have a major announcement.
Bigger than Tony Khan buying ROH.
That is nothing compared to what we're about to reveal. So we've done prediction videos, 2 in the past, I believe, Royal Rumble, Elimination Chamber. We have been going off of the champion title, going off of you won the Royal Rumble, so you were the predictions champion.
Right, imaginary, we didn't have anything physical.
Belt, Elimination Chamber, I won that prediction episode, so technically I am the predictions champion. And for a while, we didn't have a belt.
We didn't have one.
But we have one now. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the new Lumberlend Wrestling Federation Predictions Belt.
Woo!
It's upside down. Woo! Look at that bad boy. You kidding me?
Wowee. Beautiful. She looks
me?
great. Also, I mean, hey, if anyone out there, makes custom wrestling belts or knows someone, let's hook us up with like a, we could use a nice one that's not just like,
we really could.
A kid's one, but for now, the replica, kids ECW one will do just fine.
And, ladies and gentlemen, I am Dante Toro, and I am your double champion. Read them and weep.
Someone in the comments called you Dante Dos Belts.
Hey, I think that's something that'll stick.
Just like he said, this is for the predictions title. Dante is currently the predictions champion as well as the regular championship. Yep. That gets defended on Sunday. Check that out this Sunday. But right now, we're going for this guy. So, Dante, you ready to get started with the AEW Revolution predictions?
Let's do it, John.
We are going to go from the bottom of the card all the way up to the main event, so stick with us. We are starting with the first buy-in match. We got Layla Hirsch versus Chris Statlander. Statlander. I don't have too much to say about this match. I think for some of these we can just kind of go. I'm going Chris Statlander. No reason. I don't know.
I'm going with her as well. That's the one person I don't really know who the other person is. Sorry, Layla.
She's tiny and strong.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like you're awesome. I'm going Chris on this one.
Cool. Second buy-in match, which in my opinion, Hook shouldn't be in the buy-in. We got Hook versus QT Marshall. I'm going send Hook.
I mean,
why would QT Marshall? Come on, it's Hook.
It's Hook.
Future AEW World Champion Hook.
He's sick.
I love him. I really like him. Comes out to the Action Bronson theme.
He's
so
awesome.
Sick.
So our first match on the main card, we have Chris Jericho versus Eddie Kingston. These guys have been going back and forth for a little while now. Eddie Kingston just came back, I believe, from an injury. He was gone for a little bit. He came back. Him and Chris Jericho have had a war of words. I think this is going to be I don't think it's going to be a great wrestling match.
You don't think so?
No, I think
it's going to be a sleeper.
I'm not the biggest fan of Eddie Kingston personally.
No, I love Eddie.
I love him more like on the mic than as a wrestler.
Wow, personally. I love Eddie.
So I don't know how this match is going to go in my personal opinion. I think Eddie Kingston is going to win because I think he needs a win like this more than Chris Jericho. We all know Chris Jericho is a main event guy. He's solidified himself.
Yeah.
No matter what, win or loss, he's always going to be one of the top guys. I think a win like this for Eddie Kingston would be major for him. So
I agree. I'm going Eddie Kingston. I think this is going to be his first major match back that's going to kickstart him again and put him on a roll into more important matches. Not that Chris Jericho isn't important, but you know what I mean. Yes. This match doesn't have crazy implications. All right, next match. Speaking of big implications, we have the American Dragon Bryan Danielson versus John Moxley. Really, the implication with this is Bryan Danielson wants to form the team, kind of create a stable. John Moxley doesn't work with anyone that he doesn't, quote, bleed with. So this is the match that he wants to bleed with him. I'm expecting a very bloody, brutal match. I think
this is gonna be the match of the night, to be honest with you.
You think so? I think so.
Yeah. I think they're gonna tear the house down.
I mean, this could be the main event.
This is a main event.
It's a main event match.
This is a main event match.
Who do you have?
I'm going with John Moxley on this one. And the reason why I say that is because he wants to earn he wants to earn Daniel Bryan's respect. They want to earn each other's respect. That's a better way of putting it. So I think they're going to start being a tag team going forward. This is reminding me of when Triple H and Stone Cold Steve Austin were a tag team back in the early 2000s. They held the World Championship, the Intercontinental, the Tag Team Championships together. I think that's what this duo could be. They could become an unbelievable stable, team up for like a year or something.
Okay.
Have a blow-up match.
So you do think they are going to end up in the
Yes,
stable? Okay, that's what I think.
that,
too.
and I think to start that, I think Jon Moxley has to win. So that's why I'm going him.
I couldn't agree more. I also have Jon Moxley. I think, they've been teasing the stable. They've been dropping a lot of names. I think this is going to be the one. It wouldn't make sense for Bryan Danielson to beat Moxley and then Moxley's like, yeah, I'm going to work with you.
Right, exactly.
I think Moxley's going to beat him and be like, okay.
You have my respect.
Now that we bled together,
Exactly.
let's run shit.
Yes,
Cool.
Exactly.
All right, next match.
Next match, we have a Tornado Trios match. We have Matt Hardy, Andrade, and Isaiah Cassidy versus Sting, Darby Allin, and Sammy Guevara. Excuse me.
I believe so we're filming this the Thursday after Dynamite. So like Rampage has some implications. Like I know we'll get to the ladder match. It has like some implications, whatever. But I think this Friday on Rampage is Darby Allin versus Sammy Guevara for the TNT title. So again, still not huge implications for the match, but
Sammy
we could have a new
event.
TNT champion going into Sunday. So just to note
Yeah,
there.
yeah. I think the team of Sting, Darby Allin, and Sammy are gonna win. I just think like regardless, whoever is the champ, I think the champions team is gonna win here. I just think it makes more sense.
Well, I'm hoping we start to differ as we go up the card, because I also have Sting, Darby, and Sammy.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get that belt back. We just tied.
No, I think
I agree with everything. My question to you, are we seeing Jeff Hardy at Revolution? Is Jeff Hardy debuting at AEW Revolution? I couldn't see him. I can only see him debuting here because they've been teasing the Hardy Boys reunion. He's not going to be a top guy. Like I don't think he wants to be. I don't think.
Tag team thing.
Right.
Yeah.
He's not going to go for the world title. He might go for the TNT title, which would give him reason to go into this match and then team up with Matt.
I don't know where they could put him into this situation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, I see him coming out like next week.
I don't know if they're going to have a feud with Isaiah Cassidy.
Yeah. So
I think. All right. So if you say no, I say yes. Want to do a bonus point?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
So Jeff Hardy doesn't debut?
So I'm taking the yes, you're taking the no. Next match is, I think the match that I'm looking forward to most, the dog collar match with CM Punk versus MJF. Over the past few weeks on Dynamite, we've seen some of the greatest promos in just wrestling history. We're coming off of MJF's very sentimental, almost babyface promo with "You're my hero" and "You're the you left me when I need you most," blah blah blah. And then we saw on Dynamite CM Punk coming out very heartfelt and sentimental, still a little like on edge. MJF hugs CM Punk. Yeah, CM Punk goes to shake his hand. MJF just hugs him. Now I'm all confused. I didn't know what was gonna happen. And then perfect swerve, kicks him right in the balls.
Classic.
It really sets up that like, fuck you, the damage is already done. MJF, Shawn Spears left CM Punk bloody with the choking him with the collar. Darby and everyone ran in. But the lasting image was the blood on the shirt,
the picture of them
picture.
too,
I have MJF winning. CM Punk's going to be a megastar regardless. CM Punk can lose the next 10 matches and he's going to be a superstar. I definitely see them moving on from this feud afterward. They've had an amazing feud so far.
It's unbelievable.
I think it's time to give CM Punk someone else, but I think MJF's going to win. This is the match that's going to catapult MJF into like superstardom.
Yeah, I know we're going to start differentiating at some point, but I'm with you with MJF. Now, so I'm watching it last night. CM Punk's up in the ring bloody and stuff like that. If this was WWE, you'd say, okay, CM Punk is definitely going to be winning this Sunday. That's just how they kind of do
50-50.
it. You look bad, 50-50 booking. I don't think that's the case here.
Yeah.
CM Punk is solidified as the main event guy. No matter how many times he loses, CM Punk is always going to have that respect. He's always going to be considered one of the best because of who he is. I think a convincing, decisive, hard-fought win against CM Punk at Revolution catapults him into the main event scene. And honestly, kind of just a prediction for how the year plays out, I think MJF is going to be AEW champion of the year.
Agreed.
I think, and this win is what's going to start, put him on that trajectory. Next match, we have Face of the Revolution ladder match. So I think the winner of this match gets a shot at the TNT belt. I think that's what it is. So you got Wardlow versus Keith Lee versus Powerhouse Hobbs versus Ricky Starks versus Orange Cassidy versus one more guy that is to be determined.
So it's either going to be Ethan Page or Christian Cage. They're having a qualifying match on Rampage on Friday.
Okay. So I don't think either of those guys are going to win anyways.
Same.
I'm going to go with Wardlow on this one.
Nice.
I think just the slow build, I think long-term storytelling, and I think that's what AEW has done a very good job at since they've started, is keeping up with the storytelling. I think giving Wardlow a shot, giving him a title match, giving him a chance to win a title, and then, maybe that kind of caused a rift in the group there going. I know there's kind of seeds are being planted already that they're going to break up at some point, but this could kind of be like the deciding factor.
So I'm going Keith Lee.
Okay.
Similar train of thought to yours, except it's taken back a step or two. I think, we always see the implications with Wardlow, with Shawn Spears and everything kind of already being planted. I could see Shawn Spears costing Wardlow the match.
I can see that.
Keith Lee winning it. That gives Wardlow a whole different direction outside the title. I'm sure he'll come back to it, but for now, I think they need something to get to that big blow-off match, whether it's like Wardlow versus Shawn Spears or they need that big blow-off of Wardlow's departure. And I think they're going to use this, Wardlow got screwed out of this match, whatever, to get there. So I think ultimately they're going to have Keith Lee win it. AEW TBS Women's Championship match. We have Jade Cargill versus Ty Conti.
Yes.
I'm a big Ty Conti fan. Jade Cargill is great. I don't have much to say about this match. I think Jade's gonna win. I think she's on a hot streak. I'm in the boat of believing that they're building her up like a Brock Lesnar.
Yes.
She's gonna hold the title forever. She's this big monster. So I think Jade Cargill is gonna. I think they're gonna have a fine match. I don't think it's gonna be a blockbuster.
Yeah, I agree there. If you're gonna build Jade up as being a monster, as being one of the most unbeatable female wrestlers in all of wrestling, if she's gonna lose, it has to be like a meaningful loss. It's got to be someone. It's got to be a build-up. I feel like there really isn't much of a build-up here. It's just kind of a match they put together. Ty is great, and she's been. Since she's come to AEW, she's improved so much, and I think she's a very believable character as far as being able to win the big one or winning a title like this. I just don't think now's the time.
Agreed.
So I'm going to go with Jade on this one as well. So we got the AEW Tag Team Championship match now, and last night there was two teams, Jurassic Express, the champs of course, versus Red Dragon, Kyle O'Reilly, Bobby Fish, and then last night the Young Bucks won a Battle Royal to be the third team involved. I'll be honest with you, John, I'm really not that big of a fan of Jurassic Express as the tag team champions.
Me neither.
I feel like they just haven't really done much. I think
it's less of I'm not a fan of them. It's more of like I'm not a fan of like what they've done with them.
Exactly. Yeah, I like them. I think they're a great tag team. I just don't think
them being champions has just been part of the Red Dragon versus Young Bucks story.
Yes.
And the only it seems like unfortunately some of the only reason they're in this match is to help and give a reason to Bucks versus Red Dragon.
Right. I'm gonna go. This is a tough one because honestly, like even though we're saying these things, all three of these teams, like you can give a fair argument for the reason why these three teams are gonna win. I'm going Red Dragon on this
me
one.
too.
I'm going Red Dragon because I just think. And we're going to get into it later with the championship match and stuff, but I just think that AEW is going to start setting up. They're going to really start to make look the Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, Bobby Fish stable. They're going to really start building that up now.
I think I know who you have winning the main event.
Yeah, you think so?
All right, second to last match, the AEW Women's World Championship match, Dr. Britt Baker, DMD versus Thunder Rosa. They've had, I think it was last year, they had one of the best matches of the year.
One of the best matches in AEW
I think history, it was, what they call it, it wasn't an unsanctioned match. It was something like that.
Was it the
Lights Out? Something like that?
I forget what it was called.
Something like that.
They
had
were
one of the
bloody mess.
And that like iconic picture of like Britt Baker with like the blood and
I mean that did a ton for both those, but that literally took Britt Baker like not just to the next level, but like beyond that.
And like, Thunder Rosa won that, right?
She did win that.
Thunder Rosa won that, which leads into my pick. I think Thunder Rosa's winning. Ooh. Thunder Rosa got the pin last night on Dynamite. I forget if it was over Britt Baker. I think it might have been. It was over Britt Baker. She beat her at the Lights Out match. I think this is her time where she finally wins the big one, takes the title off of Britt. Britt has had the title for a while, especially if they're going to kind of move her over into the stable with Adam Cole and Red Dragon.
Mm-hmm. John, I got to disagree with you. I think Britt Baker's going to win this one.
It's Britt Baker. I understand.
I am a massive Britt Baker fan. I think she is the best female wrestler in wrestling. I think she has the best character. I think Thunder Rosa is very believable. She could very much win this match. She'd be a very believable opponent to take down Britt Baker, but I just think Britt Baker has more time left with the belt, and you can make it a much bigger deal having someone dethrone her if you just have her hold on to the belt just a little bit longer.
Dante, bring us to the main event, please.
The last match of the evening, we have Hangman Adam Page, the AEW World Champion, putting his belt on the line against Adam Cole, who has been in AEW for a few months now, but has taken a little bit for him to kind of solidify himself as a main event guy who was kind of just thrown into the mix for a little bit, teaming with the Young Bucks. Red Dragon comes in, and now he's finally getting a World Championship match. I have not been the biggest fan of Hangman's title reign so far. I just don't think he's that believable. He's not that great at being a believable world champion. And I think I'm just comparing him to the previous world champions as well. I just don't think it's been up to par with the reigns of Jericho, Omega, Moxley. He's had great matches. He has.
See, I would agree with you 2 or 3 weeks ago. I think the last 2 matches that Adam Page has had really like solidified him as the champion. Like they've been hard fought matches, they've been bloody, they've been brutal, they've been hard hitting, which is why I don't know if you want to
go ahead. You go ahead first.
I have Hangman Adam Page defending it. I don't know if something sketchy. I have no idea. Maybe the Young Bucks run in. Maybe there's a Red Dragon thing that's happening. Hangman Adam Page is going to hang on to it for a little bit longer. I think there's someone else. I think there's so much that Adam Cole is already in with, like the Red Dragon story and everything. And I don't think he's had a whole lot of matches, like huge matches that have earned him the title spot. Granted, maybe we're due for a heel title run.
Right. I think you guys get it. I planted the seeds with the tag team match earlier. I think Adam Cole is going to win this one. I think I'm a big fan of his character work and just like his style of wrestling.
So you think they're going back to like NXT on his Undisputed Era when they had everyone with the gold?
And Britt Baker too. I think you got those 4.
Oh, wow.
Because I remember in NXT.
Fuck.
So now you have the Red Dragon team, which is Undisputed Era of AEW, and you add in Britt Baker. You have 4 champs right there.
Fuck.
I just think
See, I don't think they want to. I don't think they want to tie up all the titles into one stable.
They don't have to, but they can make a fucking dominant stable if they do this. I think it would be you can do so much with this if they do it. So I'm rolling with Adam Cole. I think at the end of the night, you're going to see in the same ring, Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, Bobby Fish, and Britt Baker standing in the ring, holding up their championship belts. That's what I think is going to happen.
Oh, wow. That would be sick. God.
And to defend your take with Adam Page, I think if he wins this match against Adam Cole, I think that could also solidify him more as a believable champ. Someone's like you're adding to his title reign. So I can see it going both ways. I really can see it.
I'm excited.
I just want Adam Cole to win.
All right, well,
there you go.
Those are our predictions. Let us know if you guys disagree, agree, what you guys think is going to happen in the comments. And while there, you can hit subscribe, turn the bell on, leave a like, all of that jazz. And on Sunday, in a few days, we are going for this guy, the LWF Championship. We have guessed the AEW wrestler by their real name.
Sticking to the theme.
Sticking to the theme in honor of AEW. So make sure to check that out on Sunday. Check out all of our other wrestling videos that we posted. Patreon, we are doing a Q&A on Thursdays, or it's every other Thursday, I forget. Also, we're going to do a post-show reaction review for AEW Revolution on Monday or Tuesday, again, behind the Patreon wall. So if you want access to all of that stuff, plus tons of other podcasts and video extras from everyone else in the office, get behind the paywall and get access to all of that stuff. But Dante, with that said, what was it? Dante Dos Champ.
Dante Dos Belts.
Dante Dos Belts.
That's what they call me for the time being. John, I will see you on Sunday, my friend.
We'll see you Sunday. I think that's it. All right, go ahead.
Boom.
Thanks, guys.